Hey, I know we've been in here a long day, so I'm gonna all day, and the beer's cold, and I know my ass is sore. So all I'm gonna do is everybody kind of get a little history lesson when we get up here. But about 88 or 89, back Coach DeBest, when Coach DeBest and I were together, we started running crossing routes. What I'm gonna do is talk a little bit about our crossing routes, where we've kind of gone from there. And I think the first thing that we have, at least everybody always worries about, is protections. And real quickly, and Coach Noel or even Matt Luke right there, I'm going to show some tapes when we had Matt, who's now the O-line coach at Murray, playing center for us. I'll show some cut-ups there because he did a real nice job with the calls. But everybody's going to have 7-man protection, which we want, obviously, for blitz. You know, it's a man protection. We're going to check release. We're going to get 2 backs. You know, 2 back, 3 wides, 2 back, tight end, all that kind of stuff. What we're going to basically be, if we're not play action, a man protection. All right, but then we also want to have a 6-man protection. And we've been doing 6-man protection for a while, and we've stayed with it. I know a lot of guys stay in 6-man protections and stay man protections, but we want to be a slide protection. And for a couple things. To me, I don't want my guy's life depending on that guy. I just don't. You know, I don't want this guy saying, well, if the backer comes, you got this guy. And I don't like, you know, having to bring guys back in the box and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to slide it. We're going to double key to both sides. All right? And then on top of that, it really fit because it was an easy progression for us to get to our 5-man protection or no back protection. Because we like to, in this set, which seems to be kind of very popular set these days, whether it's 3x1 or 2x2. We want to give the defense as many different looks with this guy as we can, so they can't try to scheme us protection-wise. In other words, bringing 4 from the side, you know, all that kind of mambo Japanese shit that the defensive guys like to do. So what we want him to be able to do is protect, you know, either that way or to the same side in a 6-man surface, and then we also want to be able to free release him to either side. So we want, when they're going to bring 4 from the side, not knowing exactly what he's going to do. So you got to count him. You just can't say I'm bringing him because he's got to be in protection. All right. So I mean, this is I'm sure everybody here runs slide protection, but just real quick to show you how it fits with our no back or our what we call rip or Liz protection, our freedom protection. We want to free release this guy. All right. On top of that, one of the reasons we would like to free release that guy is most of our passing game is going to come off is our crossing series. We're big, whether you call it layers or crossers or shallow cross. You know, I see everybody I watch that does some form of it. When they get to where we force them into 5 guys in the box, we want to create as many windows as we can, and we feel by free releasing this guy is that we get guys expanded in here. Right, open things up for our quarterback where we can find little windows and just throw all those little chicken shit passes in there. Right? In our odd or even protection, we would like to offset our back, so that right there would be even protection for us. And now we're just, you know, 3 to one side, 3 to the other side deal. We're going to double key, you know, 1 to 2 with our center. It's basically your uncovered guy. So our centers are uncovered. He's a point. You know, we'll come out and always point in all our protection where the kind of the apex of the protection starts, and we're going to work 1 to 2 with these 3. All right, they're not going to worry about that guy until the tackle tells them to worry about it. Because I think the worst thing that you can do is when you have dual read guys, is you start kicking guys out of there because he's got 1 to 2 and he's got his head on a swivel and looking for all this shit, and these some bitches right here are pressing the A gap and giving your quarterback a bunch of problems. So we want to be as firm as we can right here. So he knows he's going to get a call with the guard. They're going to double, all right, that shade or that 2 technique right there to his point. All right? If this guy tells him, hey, there's some problems on the outside here with what we make a bingo call. Isn't that right, Matt? Bingo call. All right. Now we're going to worry about it. All right. Now we're thinking, hey, possible 4 from the side or an outside blitzer. Well, hopefully my guys got a little key to it because they got a stack of safety. So all that 2 safety, 1 safety, 0 safety stuff. All right. Here's our uncovered guy here. He's also 1 to 2. The other thing I like what Hugh does with it is, even though he may be a double key guy, all right, to the left right there, if he's got a 3 technique on that guard, there's no need for my center to help him. Right? So this guard will ask for his help. Say the shade's to that side. So now he's going to make a ray call, all right, but still to his point. All right, so the center, so we're trying to keep it as firm right here. I can deal with these guys in the A's and B gap. My guy can. The guy, you know, if we can handle them, my guys can deal with the outside guys. I can step up, get them pushed back, you know, drive them by the pocket or whatever. All right, so there's just straight odd or even protection, which is just slide protection. All right, well, it fit nice to us when we wanted to free release somebody. Now we wanted to free release our back to that side. Well, from here over, it's still odd or even protection. All right, so this is still slide to these guys. Say they're 4-2 look right there. All right. So from here over, no change. Still slide. They're Ray or Lou to that backer. He gets the tackle, hitting him that there's something happened. You know, quickest rusher to my quarterback or whatever. I might make a fan call or whatever. But these 3 guys know they're going to protect that backside for me. A 4th guy coming, all right, safety should show me. To this side, well, he's the 1-2 guy there, but now he's 1-2 blocking him that way. So now my quarterback knows that that's his rip, what I just call him his rip backer. All right. If he gets blitzed or he gets any kind of movement by this guy, all right, we call that the void. All right. Now that's how I teach. You know, I don't really teach my guys don't really learn that. I mean, they kind of know it, but that's a hot guy, and if he comes, you got to throw it hot and all this stuff. What he learns is just play football, be smart. Right? If they void this, fill the void with the football. So anything we do when it's free release by this guy, which fits to our crossing game, is we're going to fill the void with you know, our shallow cross, whether it's, you know, like this or the backside guy. He knows he's going to have a void right there. All right. You guys have any questions on that? No. Let me show you the film real quick on it. All right, what I'm going to put in first is,
Coach,
yeah.
how wide does the wide receivers line up?
How wide?
What's their landmark? The ball in the hand.
6 yards from the boundary to the guy in the, I think, wherever Greg's in here. 6 yards from the boundary, what's your base alignments?
Into the boundary to be in a max alignment, which is bottom of the numbers.
Inside receiver.
Inside receiver would be in what we call a divided alignment, be splitting the difference between the top of the numbers and the hash.
I pulled this tape from 2 years ago because, like I said, there's some good looks on this tape on the rip and list protection. And for us, rip or list, if we want to empty that guy, there is no difference in the protection. All right, everybody's going to stay the same in the protections. Fast forward. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to go through these real quick because I want to show you, this year we kind of took the shallow cross and tied our curl and our post game into it. But this is the first thing we want to teach our kids is about filling voids with football inside. If we're going to release 5, is we don't want to always be having to check blitz and getting, you know, bringing guys down in and reading. I mean, basically he's reading hot, but he learns whether it's man. So, I mean, it could be a man indicator and not blitz or a deep zone drop, is we just want to fill the zone, fill the void with the football. All right, so he's sitting. This is Liz protection. All right, Liz protection right here. So now this guy, that center there, knows he's a 1-2 guy. All right, he's going to take the first threat to the quarterback. My guy knows here's the void. That's his Liz backer. If this guy voids, fill the void. Simple. All right. He's also got to know is they've got to bring 4 from a side to get him. So hopefully there's some major secondary adjustment to show him 4 from the side. All right. Even if he sees it and misses it, he's still got a built-in hide. He knows he's always got a crosser right there to get the ball to him. All right, so the center right here, he's 1-2. Here comes his Mike backer. All right, there's the void, and I'll show you guys later if you want to kind of what the rules are on the route.
One more time, Coach.
Okay, the base rule is this: crosser on this side. All right, and it hasn't changed since the best doing this is dig on the other side. That's his base rule. Base crosser, that's just Liz H right there. All right, Liz H. That's Trey right, Liz H. Okay, same thing. All right, we're double keying. There's our hot guy, or our Liz backer. He's not blitzing, but he's voiding. Fill the void. They got a spread. All right, right there. There's his Liz backer. All right, he knows if he comes, all right, we're going to fill the void. All right, or if he drops, or if he chases this guy, man, all right, we're going to have somebody, and it could be him, could be him, could be him, could be him. We don't know. It's whoever you want in there. All right, depending on what type of route, inside crosser, outside crosser. He's going to fill the void. Now here's a center. I don't know if Matt's still in here or not, but here's a Lou call. Because he wants to help right here, but he got an on call out here by this guy. All right, he got an on call because here's what they all want to do to you, right? Double stack and spread, and dick with you, bring this guy and drop that safety down and all that kind of stuff. All right, well, the mic slid to here, so that's not the center's guy, that's my guy. All right, that's my Liz guy. He got an on call or a bingo call from this guy. All right, with a 3 technique there. Now he should be Lou right here helping this guard with his head and eyes right to this guy. And then he'll dual read out to him. But he's going to stay in those A gaps as long as he can. This is the Trey again. So it's the same deal. Should make a Lou call right here. There's his backer. There's our Liz backer. Does he void? Yeah, he voids. Give him the football. Okay, now he's got 2 safeties. Now he's got 2 backers in there. Those were 1 backer. When the spread was a 1 backer look, he's got a single safety, so he knows 6 in the box. So now what this guy's thinking is it's still rib protection. Right here, that center knows he's that backer to that backer. Well, we're not worried about that guy because where he's lined up. So all they know is that he should have these 3 blocked. Right. What does this guy? This guy does. He gives him a man indicator, but he knows he's got a Mike backer in there. There's 1 safety. So now we're just going to layer or high-low or whatever you want to call it, the Mike backer. If he jumps this, we're there. Now, this is all this. I mean, this thing kind of, you talk to guys, and what really helped us this year is when I talked to Sonny. We talked to Sonny up there in Kentucky. All right, and this route got better for us when we stopped this bullshit right here by this guy. All right. Now we take him, all right, which is how they do it, and we run it. We have him run right through the heels of that defensive lineman. It's kind of like Arizona's Dino's route. His cross route is that he's got to come underneath this Mike backer at all costs. But it's just a nice, easy high-low read for us.
No, you took the tap out of the wide out. Did you take the tap out of the wide out? They're coming right now? Instead of tapping at the line of scrimmage? Are they just coming right now?
Yes. Yes. Here's an outside crosser from the boundary. But anyway, I mean, this is just another outside crosser from the boundary. So it's just all your shallow cross stuff. All right, so it'd be crosser, dig, all right, stretch. All right, we like this guy right here. If it's man to run the fade, if it's zone to run the hash. He's really wrong right there. He should be running this hash. Keep this guy off the dig. All right, here's when Mike jumps across outside crosser from the boundary, go to the dig. But we want to run this 100 million times so the kids start feeling good about running that. Now we can go to our curl game.
Coach, how deep is the dig?
The dig's at 10 yards. Okay, that's no difference right there. That's rip, protection. We've just emptied the back, I believe. Rip, protection, and there's Z. Rip, Z. So we're just trying to high-low the mic back. Let me go through this here. Okay, now here's the one thing you've got to do is I don't know some of you guys are all doing this stuff, but the only thing you've really got to worry about is to this two-man side in rip protection. Because what they're going to start doing to you is what these guys are doing right here. They're going to start taking the 5 technique and sending him to the back and bringing the backers and try to waste your tackle. All right, so when he does not come, we consider him the uncovered guy to that side. Hugh could give you all the ins and outs of it. All right, so when he's got a threat, a B-gap threat right here, if he's sitting out there, he's not worried about it. But when this backer becomes a B-gap threat, we need him to sit straight back, all right, and take the most dangerous. All right, and all we need to do is get a piece of it, because usually when this is happening, it's some sort of man coverage. We're filling the void anywhere. Here comes the void from the backside. Now he's too deep right there. He should be screaming his ass off right here, catching the ball. That's a pretty good job by the right tackle.
The guy that's filling the void, do you have a depth or is he just trying to get across?
Yeah, he's got to come underneath. He's probably 3 yards deep. You know, he's not going to get any deeper than 3 yards.
Are you teaching him on that release, the receivers 1-2, or is it?
No.
You just saying
Go.
Just go.
I'll show you that.
I mean, like right there, he's like a 1-2 go.
Yeah, well, that's how we were last year. I said we talked to Kentucky, and it worked out.
Right now.
Yeah, it worked out a lot better for us. All right, now he's coming. All right, now I don't know. Matt, are you in here? Good, because I can talk bad about him now. All right. So here's the only other thing Hugh teaches him. All right. So what kind of call? What should he be getting right here? A bingo call, right? They're going to take those 3. There's my hot guy. 1 should be on the back, and if he voids, we fill the void. So it's pretty simple for my guy. All right? But what he should do right here is he should go ahead and give a fan call, because that's his only threat. That tackle should look up and see that guy's going to blitz. See, that somebody's just 3 yards off my receiver, and he's right there, so he should be saying on. Well, if he's in a shade or a 2 technique, it should be fan. If he's in a 3 technique, now we'll go ahead and kick the center out. You see, the center's going to get caught up on that 2 technique or 1 technique. See him trying to get there, he can't get there. All right, now just fill the void right there. That was just a crosser. I mean, that wasn't a side adjust, that's his route.
It's because he's filling the void.
He's filling the void. Somebody's always going to fill the void. Now you can see the center right here. All right, now he pops out, gets that. Here's my Liz backer. All right, if they both come, ain't nobody covering him. All right, he voids, fill it.
The coach set back is always swinging toward the dig side of the rock.
No, you can set them any way you want. The first rule we kind of start out with is we always send them to an inside crosser and away from an outside crosser for whatever reasons. But that's kind of when we first put it in, we started that way. But now we put them, in fact, now we're starting to put them into the boundary a lot. These are all the same thing. Here, this is wrong by this tackle. See what he didn't do? I mean, he should pop straight back, and he should come in here and trap this guy right there. Trap him off the quarterback. Because he's the uncovered guy. All right, so now, same look. We're running crosser, but now we're going to tag him with our cat game or our curl game. So he's still got the same read. Everybody's the same except him. So he's thinking now, fill the void, right? The backer runs, right? Fill the void. The void, there is no void, it's covered. Now work to the curl instead of the dig. Okay, is there a void? No, no void, go to curl. Okay, you need to switch them up. That's just an outside crosser with the curl tied to it.
You're always swinging the back.
On this, yeah, we're always swinging the back. Now, fronts, and then this is outs, but I'm gonna put on, but now fronts sometimes are gonna decide game plan is that we'll do the same thing, but tag with a 6-man protection instead of always a 5-man protection. But we want everybody to at least know that we can do that. That back can just haul ass out of there, because we think it helps us with blitz. You know, when they start setting their blitz up, they've always got to count that guy. They can't always say, hey, after 84, that son of a gun's going to stay in and block. He's got to come in and block. Now, these are just quick screens. I'm going to get to our Tiger stuff. Tiger, so then off our crossers, we want to go tiger or curl and post now to get the ball down the field. See, we run a lot of those. Those are easy to call. All right, so now here's the post. All right, we want to start. Okay, it's going to look like crossers. Should look like crossers right here. Okay, start to look like crossers to this side. All right. Dig, but we adjust the dig because now we've got posts. He's a read post now. If he's got a safety sitting hard here, it should turn to dig. If he's got one safety, now he wants to jump that safety. Now we're going to get the back and the flat to the other side and just try to throw a skinny post like Colorado State. Just, you know, it's kind of the same thing. We're just 7 steps, throw it. What we figure is that when we throw the post, unless it's, even when it's man, is that we like the post in the guy's hands by the time he gets like 24 yards. If it's in the field, 18 yards if it's to the short side, like that one. And all it is just slant, deeper slant.
No, you guys are fast, no, you're not that fast. You run through it?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you the Tiger.
On a crossing, you always in a gun?
Yeah, we've come to that. Yeah, we've come to that. I mean, we've done it not in the gun before. Okay, here he just changed the protection, but the call here was probably Liz or Odd, right? It's now Tiger, X or H, I don't know which one, to be the crosser, but he's thinking the same thing. I mean, he don't care if it's blitz or whatever. He probably changed the protection because to that gap protection because he felt it was blitz, right? Because the way the safety came down. But he's leaving it on, and all he needs to know is where the mic is. Mic voided, and just throw it to the void. This is what everybody's trying to do to us now in all our process stuff, is try to get that safety involved. So we, as you saw, we run crossers, all right? Rip, if we were to run rip H, it would be crosser, dig, all right? Well, now we just tied the curl and the post game into the crossers. So we've got Panther on this side, and we got Tiger on this side. All right, so to give him, if I tag it Tiger, now he knows is that I'm going to work, if Mike jumps this, I'm working the curl to the flat off this guy. If it's Panther, we tag it Panther, right? Now he's going to work the post to the dig on this side. But he's always going to have that void read in there. Okay, now Mike jumps it. So now he's going to come to the curl. The protection sent it back that way, no overload.
See why one more time, Coach?
So all we did was try to look the same, but get him to where he's working from the void, which he's going to learn from day one, crossers. He's always going to learn that we're going to put a guy in the void for you. All right? Now we're going to work, we can work him to the curl, we can work him from the void to the dig, we can work him from the void to the post.
You're on 12 yards, 10 yards?
Yeah, and he's got to always be outside that numbers.
That post is still skinny.
Still a skinny post, 7 steps.
Curl landmarks all outside.
Yes, doesn't matter who's running, it's always the same spot. Should be outside, about 2 yards outside the number. Like this one right here. This is just like he was reading the crossers. The mic voids, but is the crosser covered? Yeah. Then he should work. This is Tiger. He should be working right now to the curl. All right, now Panther. All right, so now just like everybody's doing, you got the safety, you run a little hunt route or dig route in front of him to throw the post route over the top. Well, if he doesn't like it, comes to the void. So he's, that's still his crossing read right there.
Hey, Noel, is this a scripted thing or just like a game thing? When that safety starts coming down playing the dig?
What's that?
Is this like a scripted deal when you call Panther? Is it like a, you call that when the safety starts coming down playing the dig?
Call Tiger when the safety starts coming down and playing the dig. Call Tiger. Call Panther when they start playing you 1 free with 6 in the box. And hopefully, because this guy will be able to do it. If he saw it was too deep, he'd just leave the crosser. So the call would like to be rip X. If he saw it too deep, he'd just leave rip X on because all he got's a mic in there, so he can throw the high low on him. All right, if he saw it was cover, you know, a 3 deep look with 6 in the box, he'd probably want to tag it. He'd probably want to tag it with tiger. So now you can work the, you know, you're just working a triangle with the weak side curl. Right, if he saw cover 4, he'd probably want to tag it panther, because now he's going to try to hold that safety down until the post over the top.
Is he gonna make that call at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
How many times on average is this? I mean, variation across?
Not enough, but I bet over the years, probably out of, say, 35 throws, you know, 15 to 20 of them would be crossers or more.
No, when you tag panther, you're still running the tiger the other side, right?
No. No. What else I got on here? Oh.
What do you call that?
So, I don't know if that makes any sense, but hey, you know, the important things that make sense to me and the quarterback, right? That's it. That'd be his base route right there. Liz, X, or H. All right. Now we tag it with tiger. Okay. Now all we're telling him is we've got this working in the boundary. All right. Now your protection can your front will tell you what type of protection you want to use. Whether you want to pre-release them or you want to use odd protection. I mean, it's not. I mean, these guys are the same anyway, all right? All your quarterback or you're deciding your game plan is, do I want to pre-release that guy right now, all right, to get some sort of indicator in here real quick, you know, make him do that, or do I want to check, release him to the flat, or whatever you want to do right there. But that's just tiger X or tiger H, and then, you know, panther now we're just getting a 3 level to that side. He's still always thinking about the void.
No, when you want the panther to the right,
We want to throw it to 4 cross. Yeah, straight 4 across the board. If we get cover 2, which nobody ever sees anymore anyway, all right, now we want to just throw the crosser. We want to work on him. If we get 4 across, we'd like to work on him. If we get cover 3, we'd like to work on the Willie backer. All right, into the boundary.
what was the one with the one safe post, so the Yeti post, and the guy going right on the one safe post?
That's panther.
That panther also, panther's either through the middle or an end cut?
Yeah, yeah. You know what it's like? It's like stretch read to him.
Yeah.
Close to being a stretch read, right? You know, if he's got a guy over top, he just bends it in the middle. If there's a safety, he,
Right, okay.
you know, you'd stay on the hash, but we're going to try to go to the other hash.
Coach, so basically the quarterback's just doing a half field read there based on his call at the line of scrimmage?
Right. I mean, he's got the easy job, I think. We're sitting like this. He knows if I call Liz protection, he knows, and when you think about it, it's no different than when anybody teaches a curl flat. When you teach curl flat, you're teaching the triangle and all that kind of stuff, you know, and the first thing you teach is who's going to help the strong safety. If he helps the strong safety, I got to fill the void, you know, like that. All right? Well, it's the same. All right? We're just going to free release him. All he has to know is, all right, is that I'm good for 3 on that side. All right? The 4th guy's got to be some sort of movement out there. Right? Because most teams, if they're going to double stack you and give you a 2 deep safety, is Mike is going to displace right there. All right, so now you're running, you know, your inside zone and all that stuff in there to him. Okay, so he knows, hell, I'm fine over here. There's no way they can get me. Okay, all I have to know now is whoever is in there, shit, it may not be the Mike, whoever, could be a nickel guy, but there's a void right there. If they give me a man indicator, a blitz indicator, or just a deep zone drop, I'm gonna put the ball right in that void. All right? If he is in here to stop that, now I've put pressure on whoever the curl flat defender is. All right, so I mean, it's a simple. I mean, it's all that. This is all our shallow, just like your guys' bunch route. We're kind of, I like what you guys do there with the three, but we're kind of almost getting the same way. You guys get a little quicker than us, but we're cougar. Same way. He's coming in, all right, void, ball. All right, but what we want to do is get a no backfield with the guy in the backfield.
Right. Check.
Yeah.
Check too.
Right. And I don't like my guy having to go through all that, and the receiver, and they're pointing to two guys. When they start pointing more than one guy, I get fucking confused,
I hear you.
All right. But I can teach my guy to do this. Them some bitches come, give him the football, And every once in a while, somebody will knock him in the face, but you live with it. But, they're getting it out of their hand and they're going. All right? And he doesn't have to worry about who it is or anything. It's just his void right there.
No, when you looking to throw Tiger again, they're jumping the dig, is that what you said? Tiger, Pearl.
All right, Tiger. All right, now the difference, if you're running Tiger, all right, you run straight crosser, how everybody's doing, that guy never stops, right? This guy never stops. On straight crosser, fade route, right there. All right, stretch. So there's base, there's base. All right, so now all we've done is tied this. All right, the only difference is this should turn to hunt now. All right, because we don't want him to just, you're into the boundary right here. We want him, and we'll never throw his ass the ball anyway, but we just at least like him to be a viable receiver in there where he starts to find windows and sits down. That's the only thing he's got to learn that's different. And now this guy knows he turns to panther, 7-step post on him. Tiger is when they start giving you this. Because what have they done? The weakness is here, and the coverage, the strength is there. So I want to get away from this, right? And I want to start hold him, and now work on my Willie backer right there. All right. So that would be when we would be thinking Tiger. Mostly single safety teams. We're thinking let's call Tiger double eagle, 4-2s, all that kind of stuff.
How do you regulate across the series, those guys that settle?
No. Well.
He won't. What about the dig guy? Will the dig guy automatically run hunt?
On straight crossers?
Yeah.
No, he got to haul ass because he's got to clear the mic. All right? Yeah, he's got to get to this side of the mic. If he's coming and the mic and this guy walls, he's got to clear this guy. We don't want to throw it to him on that side of the mic. We want him to go. We want him to be like this on there. But now they get smart too when they start seeing this. These kids, even though we tell him, never stop running on that. I mean, you saw those kids, they'll start to get in those windows and they'll start to throttle because they'll be expecting the football. So any time on any of this stuff, any of these guys come in there and anything voids to them, they should be, even if they just zone drop and it was void, they should be expecting the football to get thrown through. All right, appreciate it.